With that, I'm super excited to start our first session of the day. This is going to be a conversation with someone who has helped build Copado from the ground up. So if you will please join me in welcoming Copado's CTO and co-founder, Federico Larsen. Federico, thank you for being
Thank
here
you, Kate.
today.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
I want to dive right in on the theme of innovation. That's what we're here to talk about today. I want to
Yes.
understand what inspired you to create Copado and some of the lessons that you learned in those early days.
Yes. Well, it's, when it comes to inspiration, I think it was mainly pain because I was like a consultant, like a Salesforce developer slash admin slash consultant. I was doing everything, and then you know I found myself hating my job. So far I was super happy doing project with Salesforce, but when then I was in this particular project. It was very complicated. We need to have multiple countries in parallel, and we need to merge them in a single instance to do UAT. And I found myself, editing profiles in Eclipse. Right? This is like maybe 12 years ago, 13 years ago, before VS Code or anything like that. And I hated it because it was a lot of a painful work with a high risk of missing some field level securities or missing some permissions. And I say, well, it have to be a better way. So I think that feeling of not liking my job, or feeling that I was doing nonsense work, late hours editing text files, I think that was kind of the driver for me to do something about it. And of course, before trying to reinvent the wheel, I search if there were somebody else having the same problem, or if there are tools out there. And the reality was that back in the day, there was not anything that I can use. So I think then the learning was, okay, sometimes, horrible work or a nonsense work or something that you don't like might drive you to something that is bigger than that. And I think, the pain was big enough to put some time to try to solve it. And I think it would have paid off just if that would help me to deliver the project and get myself out of that situation. But sometimes if you solve a problem that is not unique to you, you might use that to share with others, and others might benefit from that. And I think that was kind of how everything got started with Copado. It was Phil and I, struggling through these massive deployments, and we didn't like it, and we created a tool to make it more enjoyable and possible.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Thank you for sharing that, Federico. It's really wild. Obviously, I haven't been around Copado as long as you have, but I've been able to see a lot of growth over the years. So it's very interesting to hear where you were at that starting point to where we are today. So when we're looking at
Mm.
where we are today and how far Copado has come, I want to know how you would define innovation today, both for yourself personally and also for Copado as a company.
Yes. So I think it's still the same for me. I think innovation, and I think this is something that most, if not everyone in the call, will be able to relate, because in our jobs, the someone come up with a business requirement or a challenge of a problem, and you need to come up with a solution, right? And when you come up with an innovative solution, you can see, when you show them the solution, you can see the expressions, the oh wow moments. You can see in their eyes. And this take me back to when I was doing demos of Copado, and people on the call, you can see their eyes opening, say, wow, this will save me so much time. And I think that can be relatable to everyone here, where when you show them the solution that you're working on, people open their eyes and say, oh, yes, this will save me so much time. So I think I relate innovation with joy. For me, it's very give me a lot of joy to to improve the quality of life of the users of the solution that you're building, right? Because every time that you build something, some piece of software that will solve a process, you will give time back to people, and when you give time back to people, you basically you increasing their quality of life. So for me, innovation is I relate it to joy, and it's very similar to the early days, and it's the same today. When we show our clients or our internal teams what's the next thing, what's coming, and you can see that expression on their eyes. And for me, that payoff, the effort and time that we put in our work.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's a really great perspective on innovation. So I also know that you are quite a big advocate for the power of community and the role that our community has played in shaping Copado today. So what are your thoughts on how you see the Copado community and a lot of the people who are on this call contributing to Copado's innovation moving forward?
Yeah, so I think what we're gonna see today, and I can't wait to see the demos. But what you're gonna see today is testament to that, right? That the Copado is open, in terms of we have APIs for everyone to extend our platform. We try to do our best with the training module so everyone can learn from what we have learned and how to use our products and how to extend them. We have APIs, we have custom functions, we have the robotic platform. We have so many things, so many tools that our community of partners, individuals, or clients can use to solve problems, right? And produce this moment of joy when delivering great solutions. And for us, this was very important from the beginning because we were a small company, and even today, there's no way you can address every single requirement, right? Because every customer, every person is different, right? Everyone has a slightly different need. Overall, yes, we can have a basic process that gets you 90 or 80% of the things done, but there is always a gap that you need to tailor, that you need to adjust. And having these capabilities, as I mentioned, the Copado functions, the APIs, and so that new solutions on top of our solution can be built. I think that is super rewarding when I see, in the community extensions that now, make Copado capable of doing things that we might never thought about. That is super rewarding and joyful. So I think it's important, and it was from the beginning we wanted to make it open so that because we knew that we couldn't do it ourselves by ourselves. We need a wider community of partners, individuals, clients to help us, deliver the solution that the customer actually need.
For sure. I think that makes total sense. And hopefully everyone will leave today's call feeling a little extra inspired to move forward with all of their own innovative ideas as well. Wow. Another thing I want to address for those joining us in the audience today is, say some of these individuals are wanting to foster innovation at their own organizations. Do you have any advice that you'd want to give to them?
Yes. So, I mean, the ideas, you can have hundreds of ideas in a single day, either when you're talking to a client or to a colleague, or even in the shower, you can have great ideas. The difference is what to do with them, right? What actually you're going to do with those ideas. And I think in the company, it's important that you set aside some times to work on those ideas, right? And so that whatever as much as you can, but let's say that, every other Friday or on Friday, you spend the afternoons just go into one of those ideas and hacking them, right? Just try to get a proof of concept out there, something that you can show others that there's value, right? That worth pursuing that idea. And sometimes you validate that it's not possible or it's not much of a problem, but sometimes you will come up, oh, this is a big deal, and you can make a lot of people happy by showing a new solution, right? But again, it's the idea is easy, is execution, is putting time, is putting effort. And so if you want to nurture innovation in your organizations, you need to put time aside to work on innovation. That would be my 2 cents.
Yeah, perfect. I think that's great advice. Now, let's look ahead. So what do you think are some key innovation opportunities for Copado and users in the near future?
Yes, so I would say in three areas. The number one, really pay attention to source format pipelines. Sometimes we call them second gen internally. Look at source format pipelines because this year a lot of innovation is coming your way. So be ready, get your pipelines in second gen, in source format pipeline, because a lot of the innovation that is coming this year and is going only for those pipelines. That is one. And if you're a consultancy, maybe start learning how to migrate your customers so that they can benefit from all the innovation that is coming this year. The second part is AI. Now at Trailhead DX, we're going to introduce a ton of capabilities to our agents. Just to mention a few, the build agent, for example, the plan agent, starting with plan, the plan agent will be able to talk to your user stories, read directly your sprints and help you write and save the stories directly into Copado Plan. No need to copy paste anything. The build agent will be able to connect your pipeline and to your sandboxes so that you can ask questions about your metadata, your code, and write code based on the existing code in your orgs. And the release agent will be able to manage your pipeline, move story forward and backward. So if you're not aware of our AI platform, now is on a freemium mode, so you can actually start using it for free and learn about it, learn the API, because a lot of solutions that with these new capabilities on the agents, maybe you can come up with even more innovative solutions using our APIs for the AI platform. And finally, the third one will be our robotics platform. One of the things we are looking at is using our robotic platform not just for testing, but also to automate manual tasks that sometimes newly introduced products like Data Cloud or Agentforce, that they don't have full coverage on APIs, and some of the stuff have to be done manually. So with our robotic platform, you can actually go and automate those and have fully automated processes. So I think a lot of innovation, and this is just an example, in your own companies, in your own clients, you may still have some manual steps that are, breaking the pipeline, or manual steps that are making the life of our users, a little bit more miserable. So using our robotic platform to automate, to save time, to make things more reliable, I think that is something that I think there is a lot of potential in the future.
Great. I think that's really helpful advice. And hopefully, again, people will leave here today feeling inspired and know of all the great opportunities ahead in Bobson with Copado. Well, I think that just about wraps up our time together, Federico. So I just want to thank you again for being here, for sharing all of that, and for everything you've done for Copado and our community.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.